To that breaking news, witnesses tell us the HART bus driver injured. We're going to go live right out there right now where Tampa Police is conducting a press conference.
A HART bus that was heading southbound. Suddenly, one of the passengers on the bus stabbed the bus driver. We don't know exactly what provoked that sort of thing, but he stabbed the bus driver. The person who stabbed the bus driver got off of the bus. Based on a description from a witness, we saw someone fitting that description. We approached that person. That person fled from police, headed west from here toward the interstate. We were able to apprehend him on the side of the northbound lanes of the interstate. So we have someone in custody. At this point, that person has been charged with resisting arrest. He has not directly been charged in the stabbing, but we think that we have our suspect in custody.
And how is the bus driver doing?
The bus driver. This is a fatal stabbing. We have this is a fatal stabbing. The bus driver he succumbed to his injuries.
How many times was he stabbed?
I don't know.
Multiple times, more than once?
I don't know the answer to that question.
Okay.
Yeah,
could you
sorry.
tell us, could you confirm the gender of the bus driver's?
Yeah, the bus driver is an adult male, and the suspect at this point is an adult male. I don't have a lot of information on either. As you might expect, this is all still very, very new. We're trying to make sure that next of kin have been notified and all that before we give out too much information.
When you say the suspect fled, are you able to tell us by foot, car?
It was by foot, yeah. He exited the bus, and as I said, there were some witnesses on the bus, some other passengers. It must have been very chaotic on the bus, but they did notice that the man was headed in that direction. As I said, based on the description, saw somebody fitting the description. We called him over. He fled. We chased him, and he ended up going toward the interstate, which is why the interstate is affected right now. He was on the northbound lanes on this side, toward the side of the interstate when he was apprehended.
So he was actually on the interstate?
My understanding is he was on the edge of the interstate, yeah.
See,
he
for
was
so many
approaching the
people,
interstate.
this is like a routine thing, getting on the bus on a Saturday. I mean, this is pretty disturbing.
Well, and we don't have any idea of what the motive may have been at this point. I can't say that it was unprovoked. I really don't know what preceded the thing. Our detectives are just now talking, but we have some good witnesses who were there on the bus.
Steve, have you seen something like this happen before? I mean, this seems very horrendous and very awful.
No, this is highly unusual, which is why we're all out of here today. Again, we don't know what provoked this, and if you look, I mean, the bus is pulled over nicely to the side of the road. I'm not sure exactly how all that happened because the bus driver, perished on the bus.
Is that
he was not
Was he
transported.
driving the bus at the moment, or was he parked?
He was driving the bus. The bus, as I understand it, the bus was moving when he was stabbed.
Was anyone else on the bus injured?
I'm not aware of any other injuries unless there was something because there was chaos on the bus, but I'm not aware of any other injuries, no.
Did they just do a traffic stop on the interstate and pull him over, or how did they
No,
apprehend him?
he was on foot.
He was on foot, okay.
Yeah, he
Okay.
just
Okay, gotcha.
we're here between Lotus and Castle, and he just ran between those roads and headed west. I guess you can get through without hitting any fences, but we're following his trail right now to see if we can find the weapon.
So that's not a bus stop. It just somehow pulled over to the side.
Yeah, and I'm trying to find out exactly how that came.
Are there cameras on the bus?
I believe there might be cameras on the bus, which would, of course, make all this a lot clearer, but we're working with HART right now. They've been very, very helpful. Several HART officials are out here right now.
Somebody said that they saw this suspect or this person in the middle of 275. Is that true? Was he actually on the interstate?
I do not know if he got into the middle of the interstate, but that's where he was going. He ran up the embankment as we were chasing him, and my understanding is that we actually apprehended him on the side of the northbound lanes. Whether he got into the lanes, I can't say.
And how was he apprehended, in what way?
Well, we had several officers chasing him. I don't know if they used a taser. I don't know what exactly they used, but they were able to catch him.
Are you able to give us an idea of what his state of mind was? Was he on anything?
No, those are all real good questions. I really don't know what the motive may have been. I have no idea why somebody would do something like that. We're trying to sort that out right now.
Can you say how exactly the bus came to a stop?
I don't know.
Do you know about how many?
No, but we're very interested to know how that happened because somebody was able to stop the bus and prevent any other injuries.
Okay, you guys are just listening to their press conference where we have a HART bus driver who was stabbed by a passenger on that bus. That person is in custody right now.
Just a horrible situation. We learned that suspect took off from the bus after that stabbing and was apprehended there by officers. We don't know their name. We don't know their motive. We're working to get those details. And they mentioned there are cameras on that bus, possibly.
And that will easily make this case go a lot faster for them. We'll have more details on this developing story tonight on ABC Action News.